We are live. Happy Friday and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is N.HARV, hence the name of my channel and business. And this is a channel for all things writing and all things education. Today we're talking about writing, book writing specifically. And I want to dispel a book writing myth. In fact, the title of this video is One Book Writing Myth That You Shouldn't Believe, that you should not believe. And I think it's a very important one. But before I get into that, let me start by saying thank you guys so much for following along with me on this journey of uploading a video every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. It has been challenging, very challenging this year. Not very, actually, that's a lie. It has been challenging this year because I'm still finding my flow, but I think I'm getting used to it. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for commenting, for liking the videos, for subscribing. And I ask that you continue to do that because it not only motivates me, but it also pushes my content out to more people. Since I've been going live consistently or just uploading a video every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, I have grown, excuse me, at least by, I would say by 15, 20 subscribers since the beginning of this year, I believe. And that's a big deal for me because I would love to reach 2,000 subscribers by, let's just say June, my birthday, like the summer. So I am appreciative of that. So thank you very much. And I would love for you guys to also in the comments, and I would say my email too. I believe my email is in the about section of the channel, but I'll drop it in the description after this video. If you can email me with some topics that you would love for me to discuss, especially when it comes to book writing, because I'm still on the book writing theme. I'm going to move into the doctoral content. So if you don't know, I'm a fourth year doctoral student at Howard University. So that is a part of my content bucket. I like to think of my channel, it has a theme, all things writing and education, right? But it also has 3 to 4 buckets, content buckets. So sort of like the categories of my channel, the specific categories. You have book editing and book writing because I am a writing consultant. You also have like my doctoral vlogs as well as like my EDD series. So my Doctor of Education series, which is about all things grad school, right? And then you also have my life as a traveling writer. So I like to travel a lot. While I'm traveling, I do write. I used to be an avid blogger. I don't blog as much, but I do blog here and there. I'm getting more consistent with that too. So follow me on Substack. My Substack publication, I'll drop it in the comments below or in the description below, but it is titled The School of Book Writing. But I'm going to start having, I'll actually release them this year, some personal blogs. I'm bringing back like personal blogs about my travel and about how I write while I'm traveling, etc. All that being said, we've been in the book writing bucket or the book writing theme, content bucket theme, not theme, but content bucket for a few weeks now because January is still here. It's the third or fourth week in January. And we've been talking about books ever since. One, because it's the beginning of the new year. So it's a lot of people's New Year's resolution to write a book. So I want to make sure that I'm helping while people still have that gusto. But also people are going back to school. College students, grad students, doctoral students going back to school. Maybe not this weekend and the beginning of next week because the mid-Atlantic and a lot of like southern northeastern states, like we are expecting a snowstorm, but schools will be opened next week, especially colleges, and the spring semester is going to begin. So I will ease my way back into doctoral content, but not today. Today we're talking about book writing, and there is one book writing myth that I really, really think that you should not believe. Discard it, trash it, don't believe it. And that book writing myth is that you have to know how to write before you write a book. Guys, that is the biggest myth ever. You don't have to know how to write, especially with technology these days. You don't have to know how to write. Now, I'm not one that depends on AI and technology all the time. Like, I do believe that it takes away from like our ability to think critically, and it can be helpful, but also it can hinder. So I don't promote it all the time, but it is there. It is a resource. I'm saying that to say that there are tools and resources these days that can help you with your writing. And let's just say you don't want to write, to physically write or type. You can dictate your book. You can open up the audio, you can go to Google Docs, click on the microphone and just start writing. I mean, speaking it, and it will transcribe your words. Like, that is a form of writing. You can write it all out, hire an editor, which I recommend to develop your ideas for you. So that'll be a developmental editor or maybe a line editor, copy editor. There are 4 different types of book editors. Hope you guys knew that. So there are ways to get your message across without you being a great writer. That being said, while you should dispel the myth that you don't have to be a good writer to write a book, I want to encourage you and let you know that you do have to be prepared. You do have to pick your genre. If you're writing a nonfiction book, which I do recommend, then pick your specific genre. What type of nonfiction book? Is it a thought leadership book? Is it a business book? Is it an education book? Is it a memoir? Like, there are different types of nonfiction genres, or different types of categories in that particular genre. So you do have to be prepared to know that, especially if you're going to publish it on a platform that would require you to have specific categories and genres. Amazon, they call their genres categories. So that's important. While you don't have to be a great writer to write a book, you do have to know and specify your genre. You also have to know like who your target audience is. Who do you want to serve? Who is your book for? And you can't just say everybody, because me, Naila, as a Black woman, I may not be interested in something that, let's just say, my 15-year-old nephew is into. He's a part of everybody, right? So let's make it for a specific group of people or demographic. That doesn't mean that your book, the content in your book, is limited to only that demographic. It just means that the writing process is going to be more seamless and streamlined if you have a target audience in mind, because you get to write exactly to that demographic. You know, if I'm writing to my nephew, I'm going to write a specific way. And if I'm writing to other 15-year-old boys, then I'm going to write it in a certain lingo. I'm going to use a certain lingo. I'm going to make sure that I have chapters that are maybe a little lengthy, but mostly kind of like short, because I know their attention span may not be the best. They just may not be interested, right? You have to think like your target audience. So thinking like a 15-year-old boy as opposed to a 40-year-old woman, it just would not work as well as saying, hey, this particular book is going to reach this target audience. And then I'm going to write in the lingo that they would prefer. I think they would prefer. I'm going to have the length of the book be a certain amount of pages and have the chapters look a certain way as they would prefer, because you're going to do the market research. That's all a part of the book writing process. It's not just about writing the book, it's about being prepared to present a full product. Market research done, target audience done, genre development, like picking your genre, done. All of that's a part of a book process, not just writing. Don't get it twisted. That's a myth. A book writing myth is you have to know how to write. No, you have to know how to put together your product and manage your project. As I said in a couple of lives before, one of my videos this year, I've said that writing a book is a form of project management. You have to manage all of these deadlines, all of these freelancers, the editor, the typesetter, the book cover, the designer, like all of that is project management. That's the skill set. I wouldn't say more than knowing how to write. I would say that they're equal. So think of it as, a thought partnership. Like, it's not just knowing how to write, it's also knowing how to manage a project. And lastly, I have a few notes here. Why I think you should dispel the myth of just knowing how to write and letting that be what you need in order to write a book. Like, you have to know how to write. Dispel that myth. Why I think you should know how to be prepared, or just be prepared, is because Being prepared also encourages you to determine your platform, your publishing platform. You may want to just publish on your website. That's going to require a different amount of projects and a different sort of like deadline and outline of the book writing and editing process, because for your website you may not need a typesetter. A typesetter is basically the person who designs the interior of your book. So if you have a book like what size is this? I think this is maybe 5.5 by 8. My book fluence book, my signature book, Book Fluence, How to Write a Book to Position Yourself as a Leader in Your Industry. This is like my demo book. That's why it's all bent up like this. And for it to look like this and not bleed over like with the margins, and to really be in place, that's the typesetter. That's the interior designer to make it, look presentable. But if you're going to release a book on your website, let's just say it's going to be an ebook, a fillable PDF, you don't need a typesetter. So that's why I say it's best to be prepared when it comes to writing your book. Sure, you can know how to write. That's great. But also, are you prepared to write your book? Do you know which platform you're going to put it on, your book, or publish your book on? Do you know your genre? Do you know your, what else did I say? Genre, target audience. Those are the things that I would encourage you to look into more and consider more than just knowing how to write. Long gone are the days of just knowing how to write a book. You have tools and resources for that. Do you know how to put a book product and project together? And if you don't, I can help you. That same book, Book Fluence, how to write a book to position yourself as a leader in your industry, you can get that. And it has like literally step by step my framework of how to write a book, a nonfiction thought leadership book, to like package your expertise into your very own, book. Like it's very meta, right? It's very like a book that teaches you how to write a book. Yes, I know. I did that on purpose because this is my way of communicating. I write books. So of course I'm going to write a book to teach you how to write a book. So yes, you can get this version, the paperback version, which is very straightforward and very, very helpful. Like I have the reviews. The reviews are on Amazon. I'm not lying. So you can check out the reviews. I ain't gonna hold you. I think the ebook may be better suited for a lot of you because the ebook is actually a fillable PDF, meaning that you can actually type in your answers. Like as soon as you purchase the book, download it, pull it up, like literally on the PDF, type in your answers. Your answers will help jumpstart the book writing process because they become the draft of your book. Like I ask you, like, what are some, what do I ask? Like 5 possible chapter titles, or 5 possible, what do you call this? Book titles. Like we literally are building a book from scratch, right? And then I'm like, okay, let's build out your framework. I teach you how to build a framework in your book. And that same framework you can use not only to write your book, right? To sell the message in your book and share the message in your book, but you can use that same framework also with your speaking talks and your speaking engagements and your speaking opportunities. Like why are we reinventing the wheel when it comes to the business ecosystem? Use the framework in everything, in your book, in your course, in your talk. That not only is brand cohesiveness, but it's just also a very streamlined way of having brand equity and having like a solid brand in general. Like why make life harder? Life is hard already by itself. So dispel the myth and get into the resources. And my book is definitely a resource if you would like it. Book Fluence. It's on my website, nharv.com/bookfluence, to download the ebook. Again, that website, and I'll have it in the description below, is www.n as in Naila, HARV as in Victor.com/bookfluence. Guys, get to writing your book. Like, don't think too hard. It's not about knowing how to write. It's about knowing how to use the resources that you have to get the product out. I love you guys. I will catch you in the next video. If you liked this video, share it with a friend. And also, if you can give a thumbs up. And yeah, we're doing this thing Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I'm tired. I'm so tired, but I'm committed. And I hope that I'm still coming to you guys, even though I'm tired, with valuable information. So, yes, until the next video, happy writing. All right, guys.